I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You all may be seated. Thank you, Reverend Wheaton. This meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of 1975, was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any review changes to the agenda?
Yes, there are three. We have the addition of a proclamation designating April 2019 as Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. The second item is amending Resolution Number 7 to change it from an MOU to a non-fair and open professional service contract after discussion with Solicitor Brock Russell. And then item 3 is the addition of 2 special events for a Teen Arts Festival and Relay for Life.
Thank you. We'll have a presentation. You want me to do it?
Sure.
Is there anybody here from CASA Child Advocacy? No?
You can read it, and then we'll make sure we send it to her.
Okay, so I have a proclamation here. Whereas we all have responsibility as individuals, neighbors, community members, and citizens of the city of Millville to help create healthy, nurturing, and safe experiences for children. And whereas health and safe childhoods help reduce confident and successful adults. And whereas child abuse and neglect often occur when people find themselves in stressful situations without community resources and don't know how to cope. And whereas court-appointed special advocates, CASA, is authorized by the state statute and federal law to help the court and child welfare systems make best interest decisions on behalf of children removed from the home because of abuse or neglect. And whereas CASA volunteer advocates in the city of Millville help to ensure that abused and neglected children who are placed in foster care and other out-of-home placements are safe and receive the services they need to achieve well-being. And whereas CASA advocates reduce the numbers of moves between placements, help shorten the overall time a child remains in placement, and serve as a consistent person in the child's life until that child achieves, is it permanency? I think it's permanency in a safe home with a loving family. Now there be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the City of Millville do hereby proclaim April 2019 as Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month in the City of Millville, and April 5th, 2019 as CASA Child Advocacy Day 2019, and urge all citizens to support the CASA network across New Jersey as it strengthens families and helps children learn, grow, and thrive. Adopted April 2nd, 2019, signed by myself and all the commissioners, and attested to by our city clerk, Jeannie Hitchner. Thank you. Thank you. Can we go right into bills, please?
Mr. Mayor, I move for the bills to be paid upon being properly certified.
Second motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Minutes, please, to be approved.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve and dispense with the reading of the following minutes: March 19th, 2019 work session, closed session, and regular session.
Second motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We've now reached the public comment on agenda items only. If you have a comment on an agenda item, please step up to the mic. State your name and your concerns and limit your comments to 5 minutes.
Mary Messick of Millville. Item 4 of agenda number 19. We, according to that article, you guys are going to create a position. I'm hoping that it doesn't turn out like it did before, where that positions were created, and then a year or so later, it was demolished, that position. I'm hoping that it doesn't happen again. I thank you.
Which one is that again, Mary? One more time.
Article 4 of number 19.
19.4.
The last ordinance for first
Yeah,
reading.
19.4.
Chapter 50.
Anyone else? Thank you, Mary.
I just had a quick question. Do I have to say my name? I just had a quick question. It's resolution number 1, the active shooter thing. I was wondering if there are, like, for selfish reasons, is there any places around town that we should avoid that time of day because of like traffic changes or anything like that, or because there's like an active shooter training with the county?
That I'm sure a lot of information is going to come out about that. I know that it's a very, very big event that they're going to put on.
Yeah, it
and
looked
I'm
like
sure
it seemed like the Tri-City wide. I didn't know if there were like parts of Millville
It
maybe
is,
I
they're-
should
they're-
avoid that day driving.
Well,
through.
in fact, everybody's really excited about it. I'm sure more information is going to come about as it gets closer. They're still putting the pieces together.
Okay.
But dthank you for asking.
Because
that,
I didn't want to
it's
be
a
like
good
running
point.
late that day, then all of
I
a sudden
totally
be
hear
like
what you're
stuck
saying.
in line of traffic coming down 40 miles.
Again, I'm not sure how much they're going to give away ahead of time. Only
Yeah,
because
no,
they want
I
to be as
understand.
realistic. But I'm sure more information is to come. And please continue to question me on that, and I'll be able to. forward
Yeah,
you
it
the
was just
information.
like I said, it was selfish reasons.
Perfect.
for me.
Thank you so much.
I just had someone send me a text. Are there cameras on from the public? Can you check, please?
Yeah, sure.
We had one of those when I was at the Pennsylvania Capitol. It was like, just walking across the street to work, it was like,
I got you.
Yeah, we're on.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Anyone else? I close the public comment on agenda items. Presentation, I did that. Those, all right, where are we at now? Old business.
Old business.
Thank you.
All right, there's no old business, Mayor.
Petitions and letters.
Okay, we have an email received from the New Jersey Motorsports Park regarding their April 2019 event schedule.
Mr. Mayor, I move to receive and file this correspondence.
Second motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Also, an email received from New Jersey Motorsports Park LLC submitting their 2017 and 2018 independent auditors report and financial statements.
Mr. Mayor, I move to receive and file this correspondence.
Second motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Reports of commissioners. Commissioner Cooper.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. From the Parks Department, we have turned on all the water to our sports complexes. We're looking forward to our spring seasons, and we'd like to thank all the youth organizations for all the great work they are doing to keep up the organizations and the fields. American League informed the department that they were in need of some new bleachers. So what did we do? We removed these bleachers, the old boards, put new bleachers out there, and American League painted the bleachers. So we worked together on that. That was great. Union Lake Ball Field is heavily used by many sports organizations. So in the coming weeks, we're going to replenish the infield mix and continue cleaning up the park area at Union Lake. Upcoming events. The RVC Cleanup Series starts this weekend. Are we ready to clean up?
Yes.
Yes. All right, we're going to start off in Third Ward. But all the cleanups will start at 9 a.m. We will provide bags, gloves, and lunch prizes will also be given. The cleanup dates and start locations are as follows. Are you ready, Joe? You have your pen? You ready? Here we go. Third Ward cleanup this Saturday, April 6th, starting at the Millville Eagles, located at 141 West Foundry Street. Everybody coming? No? Mayor?
I'll be there. What
All
time?
right. 9 a.m. And the Eagles are providing lunch. Next, we have High Street and Side Street cleanups, May 4th, starting at the RRCA located at 22 North High Street. Next, we have the Center City cleanup, Saturday, May 18th, starting at St. Paul's Lutheran Church, located at 301 North 3rd Street. And last but not least, the South Millville cleanup, Saturday, June 1st, starting at Trinity, located 100 South 2nd Street. Also, the annual Easter egg hunt will take place on Saturday, April 13th at Union Lake. You have to get there early. Get there early, else you won't get any eggs.
Is that 11 o'clock?
That is at 11. So we ask each child to bring between 2 to 12, child between 2 and 12 years old, bring their own baskets or your bag, and please make sure you're there by 11. 11:02, guess what's going to happen? All eggs are gone. The Easter Bunny will also be attending. Really, the real Easter Bunny. In costume, attending. It's going to be great. Everybody's got to be there. This year's Easter egg hunt. Next, RBC meeting will be held Wednesday, April 17th, 6 p.m. at the Millville Senior Center located at 1500 South 2nd Street. The RBC has partnered with Mrs. M's Books. The event will take place on June 15th. It's going to be a reading extravaganza. So we'll have all kinds of games out there. We have books we've been collecting for the last several months. And stay tuned for more details. But in the meantime, we have collected a tremendous amount of books. The books can be dropped off at the following locations: Bogart's Books, Colonial Flowers, Millville Public Library, and the Phenom Factory. The July 4th celebration will not be on July 4th, but it will be on July 6th, and it's going to be awesome. From 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the New Jersey Motorsports Park. Please get ready for it. We have much more. Last year, they had a separate food truck event festival. All those food trucks, they don't want to go to that festival. They want to come to the 4th of July festival. So we're going to have about 15 trucks out there this year, as opposed to last year where we had about 7 food trucks. So they're all coming now for the celebration. So get ready for the July 4th celebration on July 6th. And last but not least, Holly City Walking Club, every Tuesday and Thursday, 6:30 to 7:30 at Lakeside Middle School. And with that, Mr. Mayor, moving forward.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Pepitone.
Yeah, Mayor, I'd like to report a fun time that I believe all of us were there this I think it was Wednesday evening at the Vocational Center when we had the competition for PAL between Bridgeton and Millville basketball. One of our coaches is right up here. It was a nail biter. It was so close. Unfortunately, we weren't successful at winning, but the kids had a great time. And I just want to, talk about all that PAL does for the community, keeping kids off the street. And just wanted to report on that. Other than that, everything's going well, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Dalgas.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As explained through this evening's work session items, the Department of Public Affairs introduces revisions to Chapter 11 Bureau of Permits and Inspections through ordinance on first reading, Item 3. The Department and New Jersey Community Capital reviewed policies to effectively address vacant and abandoned properties, in addition to properties deemed problematic. Upon final adoption of this ordinance, the Department of Public Affairs will receive technical assistance from New Jersey Community Capital in order to provide professional support to officials, inspectors, and support staff within the department to effectively enforce and uphold the ordinances contained in Chapter 11. In addition to ordinance on first reading, Item 3, the department presented an explanation of Resolution Item 1, approving a professional service contract between the City of Millville and the Holly City Development Corporation to perform grant writing services in connection with the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs 2019 Neighborhood Preservation Program grant application in an amount not to exceed $2,500. Utilizing data from recent neighborhood planning through the Wells Fargo Steering Committee and Center City Neighborhood Revitalization Plan, the City of Millville aims to demonstrate a commitment to public and private partnership in neighborhood revitalization efforts during the upcoming grant cycle. The Neighborhood Preservation Program provides grants to municipalities in order to promote neighborhood revitalization and development efforts for areas characterized as threatened but viable through a specific criteria. Applications for consideration by the NPP should demonstrate the following components: a comprehensive approach to a needs assessment and planning process, a consideration to the proportion of low and moderate income residents, an evaluation of efficacy of implementation of funds over a 1 to 5 year period, and a demonstrated commitment to neighborhood preservation by the public and private partnership fostered by the municipality. Program performance in implementation of funds is evaluated in order to determine the total grant award over a 5 year period. Grant awards up to $100,000 can be granted to municipalities on an annual basis for 3 to 5 years. The Department of Public Affairs recognized the importance of the Neighborhood Preservation Program grant when the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs announced the upcoming grant cycle, and the importance of utilizing the city's partnership with Holly City Development Corporation was further highlighted when recent informational sessions pertaining to the grant emphasized the role of neighborhood planning and a needs assessment data in the grant writing process. Consequently, this resolution to approve a professional service contract with Holly City Development Corporation not only provides the Department of Public Affairs with the opportunity to apply for the NPP grant, but also provides recent and relevant data that Holly City Development Corporation has collected and analyzed through the Wells Fargo Steering Committee and Neighborhood Revitalization Plan in order to distinguish the City of Millville as a municipality with a comprehensive and prepared approach to implementing grant funds in the Center City neighborhood. Furthermore, this clearly demonstrates the fourth aspect of the evaluation criteria through the public and private partnership fostered by the municipality in order to achieve neighborhood revitalization. Announcing upcoming meetings of the Zoning Board of Adjustments and Planning Board, please be advised that the April meeting of the Zoning Board will be held on Thursday, April 4th at 6:30 p.m. in the Richard C. McCarthy Commission Chambers on the 4th floor of City Hall. Additionally, the Planning Board will meet on Monday, April 8th at 6:30 p.m. in the Richard C. McCarthy Commission Chambers on the 4th floor of City Hall. And with the conclusion of this report, Mr. Mayor, progress.
Thank you, Commissioner. Well, I know that Commissioner and I, several of us had a lot of events in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And not only did we do the PAL, which Joe, Commissioner Pepto kind of cut it short. We had 2 teams from Millville there.
Yeah.
First age group was?
11 to 13,
And the second age group?
14 to 17.
Unfortunately, we did lose to Bridgeton both times, but the games were very, very close. I know the first game with the youngsters, that was a 1-point game, and your game was what, 4?
4 points.
4 points, and Commissioner Cooper was the coach for the second for the older kids. But what a great turnout. You had a lot of family members there, parents. You had the chiefs from both Millville and Bridgeton Police Department. Great atmosphere at the Tech. We got to give the Tech a lot of credit for allowing us to be there and play, and having their security people there oversee everything and watch us. Although Millville had and Bridgeton had some officers there also for that. The other thing I like to talk about is the Holly City Family Center, right here, right in the back parking lot. Success Center, I should say. They had movie night last Friday, and they opened it up for any kids that come around, and there was like 20 or 25 kids that were there, and you talk about excitement. Of course, I didn't know. I had no clue about the movie. It was way beyond me. Either I'm getting too old, or I don't watch enough TV, or whatever. But they were very interested in it, and they liked it. And at the end, I got to talk to some of them, and they really enjoyed it. It's from 5 to 7, no charge. And I guess the best thing about it is for the parents. They can just drop their kids off and have a date night or go home and catch up on their sleep or whatever they want to do. But the children are left there, and the staff over there is tremendous with Evelise Perez and the staff over there do a great job. But the very interesting thing, and I'm glad you're here, Cindy, because I think this is pretty cool, they've partnered up with a group called McKinney Vento Service. And what they basically do is they provide assistance to homeless students. And they had a representative that night. She actually provided some of the food for the kids there that night, and I thought that was awesome. The young lady that was there represents, I believe, Salem, Cumberland, and Gloucester, and it was great to have someone outside of Cumberland County there seeing our kids that were there for that movie night, and actually was able to converse with some of the kids that were there to find out about their needs. But again, another gem that we have here with all the other partnerships, as the commissioner stated, that we have in the city that I think we need to take more advantage of. So those folks that are out there watching us on TV, believe me, they do a great job over there, and you need to take advantage of that. The other event that Commissioner Udalvis and I went on Saturday, I guess that was the 30th, we were able to go to the NBA Millville Basketball Association Championship over at Rick Avenue, and that's from 8:30. They go to about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They do every age group. And again, fantastic job being done there by Jerry Pagan and his family. And I'm trying to remember the president's name. She works at ShopRite. It escaped my brain right now. What is it? Shamira. Thank you. That's it. She's the president. What a great atmosphere there. We got to watch the little kids play, and just some other great things that are happening. And then that afternoon, late afternoon, 7 o'clock, I ended up at Lakeside for the Alzheimer's Dancing with the Stars. And I got to be a judge on that. And the great thing about that was that not only was it local people, there was people from Salem County, Gloucester County, Camden County that came just for that specific event, which was great. It had a great turnout, and it was amazing to watch how many people we have that are so talented. You know, we have the Mike Trouts, and we have all these other people, but my gosh, there's some people, especially young people, that can really dance, sing, do different things that were pretty impressive. So Alzheimer's is very close to me because my father passed away from that. But what a great turnout. So I'm very excited about what's going on in the city of Millville. We have Cindy here, Cook, from N25, and it's just good things that are happening. So very busy last 2 weeks, but very good busy last 2 weeks. With that, we'll move on. Madam Clerk.
Okay. So,
Ordinances on second reading.
okay, we have an ordinance amending the Municipal Code of the City of Millville, Chapter 52, Police Regulations, Article 13, Towing and Storage Services, subsection 52-60.3, Responsibility of Towing Operators on List.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this proposed ordinance on second and final reading.
Second the motion?
So ordinance number 1 is on second reading regarding the Municipal Code of the City of Millville, Chapter 52, with police regulations. Anyone that would like to comment on this item number 1, please step up to the mic, state your name and your concerns, and limit your comments to 5 minutes. Seeing no one, I close on item number 1 on public hearing. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is an ordinance amending Municipal Code, Chapter 39, Article 10, Schedule 21, Parking Reserved for Handicapped Persons, to add Jeanette Moreno, 807 North 5th Street.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this proposed ordinance on second and final reading.
Second the motion?
Once again, item number 2, it's an ordinance on second reading, reference to Millville Municipal Code, Chapter 39, for a handicap in the area of the 800 block of North 5th Street. We open this up for public hearing. Anyone that would like to address item number 2, please step up to the mic, state your name and your concerns, and limit your comments to 5 minutes, please. Seeing no one, I close item number 2, ordinance on public hearing. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 3 is an ordinance amending the Municipal Code of the City of Millville, Chapter 60, Stormwater Management and Pollution Control, Article 5, Improper disposal of waste, subsection 60-31B, exemptions.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this proposed ordinance on second and final reading.
Second motion.
Once again, ordinance number 3. It's on a public hearing in reference to Millville Municipal Code, Chapter 60, Stormwater Management. Anyone that would like to address this one, please step up to the mic, state your name and your concerns, and limit your comments to 5 minutes, please, on public hearing. Seeing no one, I close ordinance on item number 3. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 4 is an ordinance amending the Municipal Code of the City of Millville, Chapter 17, Fire Department, Article 3, Enforcement and Uniform Fire Safety Act, Section 17-13, Local Enforcing Agency Established, Section 17-14, Appointment, Section 17-17, Training and Supervision, and Section 17-19, Non-Life Hazard Uses. The amendments will make the ordinance consistent with recent updates to the New Jersey Uniform Fire Code.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this proposed ordinance on second and final reading.
Second the motion.
Once again, item number 4 on second reading, in reference to the Millville Code of City of Millville, Chapter 17, Fire Department. It's open for public hearing. Anyone that would like to address item number 4, please step up to the mic, state your name and your concerns, and limit your comments to 5 minutes, please. Seeing no one, I close on item number 4 on public hearing. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 5 is an ordinance amending Municipal Code Chapter 39, Article 10, Schedule 21, Parking Reserved for Handicapped Persons to add James K. Gandy across from 711 Dock Street.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this proposed ordinance on second and final reading.
Second the motion.
Once again, this ordinance on second reading, item number 5, concerning reserve handicap for the 700 block of Dock Street. Public hearing. Anyone that has any comments or concerns, please limit your comments to 5 minutes. State your name. Seeing no one, I close item number 5, ordinance on second reading, public hearing. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. All right, item 6 is an ordinance on second reading, Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics, bilingual in Spanish and English.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this proposed ordinance on second and final reading.
Second motion.
Again, ordinance on second reading, item number 6, concerning,
Yeah, so we're amending the salary ordinance. This
Oh.
wasn't in here as thoroughly as it normally would be.
so, okay, so say that again.
So it's amending the salary ordinance to,
Amending?
right. All right, so,
So you stated it. So it's on second reading, item number 6. Anyone that has any comments or concerns concerning item number 6 in public hearing, please step up to the mic, state your name and your concerns, and limit your comments to 5 minutes. Seeing no one, I close item number 6 on public hearing. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Ordinance is on first reading.
Okay, we have an ordinance approving vacating a portion of Queen Road pursuant to NJSA 40:67-1B and NJSA 40:67-19.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this ordinance on first reading with final consideration giving on
April 19th.
April 16th?
19th.
16th.
April 16th,
16th.
2019, after due publication as provided for by law.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, number 2 is an ordinance amending Municipal Code Chapter 39, Article 10, Schedule 21, Parking Reserved for Handicapped Persons to add Lynn A. Lacey, 11 North Laurel Street.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this ordinance on first reading with final consideration given on April 16th after due publication is provided by law.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 3 is an ordinance amending the City of Millville Municipal Code, Chapter 11, Bureau of Permits and Inspections for the purpose of rewriting and replacing numerous provisions in order to update and streamline the policies and procedures in Bureau of Permits and Inspections.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this ordinance on first reading with final consideration to be given on April 16th, 2019, after due publication as provided for by law.
Second motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. All right, item 4 is an ordinance amending the Municipal Code of the City of Millville, Chapter 50, Article 1, Millville Police Department established, subsection 50-1, creation, changing the officer rank for police department by increasing the amount of lieutenant positions from 3 up to 5 and increasing the amount of sergeant positions from 12 up to 15.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this ordinance on first reading with final consideration given on April 16th after due publication as provided by law. Looking for a second motion. For a second.
Second motion.
Any comments?
Mr. Mayor, I would make a brief comment just to provide a context pertaining to this ordinance on first reading. As expressed through previous correspondence with the Director of Public Safety, Commissioner Pepitone, and Chief Arabella, my concerns pertaining to the ordinance include the rationale for increasing the number of positions through the addition of 2 lieutenant positions and the addition of 3 sergeant positions. Previously, amendments to the ordinance and organizational chart of the police department have been presented to the Commission on a case-by-case basis. Specifically, the rationale provided for altering the number of positions pertain to budgetary decisions. Through seeking information, I also inquired into the prospective impact on the budget through voting to increase the number of positions for lieutenants and sergeants. In accordance with this explanation, I will not provide my support at this time to adopting this ordinance as presented.
And
Thank you, Commissioner.
let me give an explanation. Actually, I'm glad you asked the question to give me the opportunity to explain to the public what we're looking to do. First of all, the actual position that we're looking to increase is we're looking to hire 1 sergeant position. That position will be moved from a patrolman's position where there are, I believe, 5. One of the 5 will become the actual sergeant as we need a lead individual for, I'm going to ask you, Mike, what was the title of it?
Street crimes,
Street crime.
community policing, and there was one more.
Okay, street crime, community policing. What we need is a lead person in order to, that the chief can dictate the information to, and that individual will basically run that group of people as a sergeant. We are not looking to fill the position of the individual that's been moved, so the actual cost to the city would be approximately $12,000 in increase. One of the other rationale for increasing the number of sergeants as well as lieutenants is we're not looking to hire any new people in those positions until we have the patrolmen in the future that they're going to oversee. It would be ridiculous to hire positions at that level without individuals underneath them. We're just looking to do that to give us the opportunity as this happens, not to bring it before the public again. There is a fail-safe, and the commissioner will make the decision. The police chief cannot hire and randomly promote people without the police or without the commissioner's rationale. My history has been, since I've been here, has in fact looked to decrease one of the administrative positions. All the other administrative positions have been filled through vacancies, and there would be no intention on my part ever to promote additional sergeants or lieutenants without the need for doing so. It would make no sense. And basically, I'm the individual who's the fail-safe, and I would ask my colleagues to support the decision that I'm making to do this. Basically, that's it.
Anyone else? Well, Commissioner, I'm glad you explained that, and I think Commissioner Udalvis saying you have valid points, I've addressed this with our solicitor. I think that the writing of this should be rewrote.
Rewritten, okay.
Right. I think we look at it, and I think that the way it came out, and I agree with the Commissioner, the way it came out was that we would lose all control of how this process is going to be. But from what you're stating now is the Director of Public Safety still has the last word as to whether or not we are going to promote these individuals.
As each of us as commissioners of our departments has.
Correct. Now, and I also like what you said, that we would not make these promotion unless
Absolutely.
we have the people to supervise. There's no reason to have lieutenants and sergeants with no one below
That
them.
would be silly. And again, as I said, my record to point is no position has ever been created at the administrative level. In fact, one was removed due to the fact of not seeing the need for it at the time.
Do you think that we have, as a commissioner, been able to look at this and dissect it enough? I know it just came up, how long ago? Because Bruce and I, we weren't involved. This was between you and the director, if I'm right, Commissioner?
Upon publishing of the agenda, that
Right.
would have been the first release of
That was last Friday?
And without having had supporting documentation to explain in full what the plan would be pertaining to these positions, I did seek additional clarification from the Director of Public Safety.
Did you receive my email
I did.
response?
And that was for one position, which
No.
in terms, well, you had explained that
the literal
Hold on, let
position.
her finish.
No, I'm agreeing with her.
Yeah,
The
go
literal
ahead.
position that we're looking to hire is in place. The other, we're not looking to hire positions. We're looking at giving us the opportunity to, in the future, hire positions without going through the public presentation. But again, it would be ridiculous to hire individuals at an administrative level without employees for them to govern or to
And I
Whatever.
think, if I can add, if the wording was corrected, and maybe we could look at the wording, I think that part of this is the way it's worded, I believe. Am I right?
in terms, I do believe that if there were to be an amendment to the ordinance to reflect that the position that is specified as being a necessity, specifically had been mentioned by the Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office, that would be an amendment that would be on the case-by-case basis, similar to what we have seen in the past, that if the demand were there for having that extra position, to change the organizational chart by ordinance.
I wouldn't be opposed to using the term as need. However, I don't know if I would want to go to the county level, because it's not the county that's going to dictate what Millville does as a municipality. We are not under them. We have a police chief that we hired to put together and run the department. And I'm sure he himself is not going to appoint lieutenants and sergeants without individuals under them. It would make no sense.
And as such, there was rationale provided for the one position, which was the sergeant's position, and the 2 lieutenant positions to be created through the ordinance, and the 2 additional sergeant positions included in that 3
But
were
you-
not spoken for as provided with a rationale.
But you understand, they're not positions that are going to be hired. It's giving us the opportunity to go to that number in the future as needed and dictated by men being hired. I don't know when we'll see any potentially a new sergeant if we have 5 more hires. So you understand, in addition, there's 5 patrol positions that are out there that are funded right now in our budget that have not been filled. And until we have a new list come out where they can generate the ability to hire new officers, we're probably not going to see any new officers hired this year unless we could find people who are already certified and implement, again, I'm not even positive of the requirements that you have to go through in order to become a police officer in Millville, other than having to go to the academy, and there's a great deal of time that is expended in doing so. I'm certain this year the money that we have in the budget for the potential 5 officers will not be used.
So when we talk about money, you talked about the $12,000. Is that included in that?
The $12,000 increase that's required to move up to the sergeant position.
But it's not an increase to the budget, is what I'm saying.
Right. Well, again, it is, but there's a lot of police monies in the budget that will not be utilized due to the fact that we just can't put an officer in. There's money appropriated for the year 2019 that we won't use because the simple fact that you can't have an officer in place and running and being hired to utilize that money. In addition, I checked with Marcy, our chief financial officer, who said that there's no issue with the budget in the sense of putting that position into play.
I think what we're thinking is that you can't arbitrarily just put another officer in there without any kind of fail-safe. And you did mention that you are the fail-safe.
Right.
So I think if maybe if we could be more specific in the words, that may make.
Well,
That was going to be my
comfortable in the wording
question
in that.
to our solicitor. I think that we need to re-examine the request that was made and how it was worded. I think we're learning more today of how things are going to be done, as said by the commissioner. And I agree with you. We need specialized units within the police department that are specifically out to do one mission.
specific jobs,
And there's
exactly.
several different missions that we're not doing that other departments within the county are doing. And we used to have those, and because of our manpower issue, we couldn't do that because we had to fulfill the needs of our patrol divisions. So I can fully understand it, and you can't have a division of that capacity without a
leader.
supervisor.
And that was the
I
point of his
fully
motion.
understand that.
And I'm sure Commissioner Cooper.
But
having
what I
different-
want to say is that I don't like the wording
Well,
that
let me-
has been submitted or that I've heard. I think it needs to be redone. Look, as of this point, I'm going to move on with it. But I think it's still something that we need to see as commissioners.
I have a question. If this is passed this evening, can an amendment to the language be made in
The
order
question
to?
is whether it's a substantial amendment. If it's a substantial amendment, then it would need to go back to
First reading.
first reading. So you can make a minor change.
But
I
by
don't know that
passing
this
it-
would be minor.
But by passing it this evening,
Well, we're introducing it, not.
oh,
we're not
I'm sorry,
passing it.
exactly. By
We're just
introducing it this
introducing
evening.
tonight, and what I'm saying,
And again-
Commissioner, is that it should be looked by our solicitor, and I think as
I
a
totally-
commission form of all of us, I think that at least we should be able to look at it and see what it says and be able to digest it
I would
so that we could
have
feel
no
comfortable.
problem with that. As long as you're showing me in good faith that you're going to
Well,
allow me
look,
to
I'm showing you good
introduce
faith because our job as commissioner, my job is to see that the city of Millville gets the best service in law
Agree with it.
enforcement and safety, and at the same time, that we spend our money properly within the budget. And that's all I'm asking. I just don't like the language
No,
that was
And-
introduced.
And again, what I'm saying is showing me good faith as Commissioner of the Public
Absolutely.
Safety, giving me the opportunity to present this, have it pass, and then make any changes. And again, if the changes are that great, that it wouldn't pass at the next meeting, at the next reading, when we reintroduce it with the new language. I'm not opposed to language change.
You could, certainly could introduce it, and if there is a substantial change, then it would just have to be on again for first reading a second
And
time.
I'm happy with that.
So, I don't see a problem with that.
Good discussion.
Absolutely. Roll call.
Right, just a second here. Okay. Commissioner Pepitone.
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis.
No.
Commissioner Cooper.
Yes.
Mayor Santiago, excuse
And this
me.
is just to move on with it.
This
Right.
is for introduction.
Introduction. Yes.
Thank you, Mayor.
Motion carries.
And Bruce.
Okay. Moving on. Resolutions.
Alrighty, item 1, resolution authorizing a shared services agreement between Cumberland County, the City of Millville, City of Bridgeton, and the City of Vineland for the joint funding of an active shooter exercise, which will cost an anticipated amount of $30,000, with the City of Millville's contribution being $5,000.
Mr. Mayor, with that, I have a certification of funds from our Chief Financial Officer, Marcella Shepard, and I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments?
I'd just like to know a little bit more about how this operation is going to take place. Commissioner, would you be able to expound on that?
You know what? I can't give you detail because I know it's still in the process stage. I think, as the gentleman said, more information will be coming forth. But I'm sure if you talk to Jody, I mean, he would be happy to describe to you what's gone and what's in place so far. I know there's been a lot of discussion between a great number of people, and they're really excited about putting this out to the city, you know, as well as it's going to be even greater than just Millville. So
Is there a certain date that they're looking at?
I'm not sure.
August, I believe it was. In August.
Yeah.
Commissioner, I can tell you that when we had the meeting recently with the assignment judge, I know that this is something, it's not the same thing because he's going to do a separate one for the judiciary, but I know it's something they're very concerned about. And I think there was an incident in a nearby county recently that is also heightening the concern.
I mean, I would encourage you to reach out to Jody. He would be happy to share all the information with you. I'm just not being firsthand and not being able to attend the meetings. Couldn't give you as good of a description of what's going on as he could.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions, Commissioner?
No.
Okay. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone,
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis,
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper,
Yes.
Mayor Santiago.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing water sewer termination on April 15, 2019 due to failure to comply with the utility ordinance pursuant to Section 56-18 of the Municipal Code.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. A resolution authorizing adjustments in the tax and utility records.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 4 is a resolution authorizing the tax collector to enter into an installment plan pursuant to NJSA 54:5-19 with the property owner of Block 41, Lot 37, known as 1817 West Main Street, to pay delinquent water billing charges in the amount of $278.50 in 13 equal installments of $20 each beginning April 1st, 2019, with the last installment made by May 1st, 2020 in the amount of $18.50.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 5 is a resolution authorizing a public fireworks display at a cost of $12,500 to be conducted at New Jersey Motorsports Park, located at 47 Warward Drive, between the approximate hours of 9 and 9:30 p.m. on July 6, 2019. Approval is subject to receipt of evidence of insurance and hold harmless agreement.
And with that, Mr. Mayor, I have a certification of funds of $12,500 from our Chief Financial Officer, Marcella Shepard, and I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 6 is a resolution authorizing issuance of order to DDS Services to cease and desist all work for certain renovations to the roof of the City of Millville Library Building due to breach of agreement by failing to commence work within a reasonable period of time.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 7 is a resolution approving a non-fair and open professional services contract between the City of Millville and Holly City Development Corporation to perform grant writing services in connection with the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs 2019 Neighborhood Preservation Program grant application in an amount not to exceed $2,500.
Mr. Mayor, with that, I have certification of availability of funds in the amount of $2,500 from Chief Financial Officer Marcella Shepard, and I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
New business, please. New business, please.
We have a motion to authorize the following special event on public lands applications. A, Hope Day sponsored at the Millville First Assembly of God Church to be held on June 1st, 2019. Location will be between Archer and Foundry and Dock and Arnold Streets.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
I want to make a motion to authorize the following special event on public lands application at the Cumberland County Teen Arts Festival, sponsored by the Lavoie Theater on April 5th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Authorization is subject to approval by all appropriate city officials.
Second the motion.
Any comments?
Yes. Do you know where that's going to take place, Bruce?
What? Where?
Yeah, the actual location.
No, but I want to go.
Which
Yeah,
one?
it sounds cool.
Oh, I think it's,
It's going to be at our
Lavoie.
Arts.
I don't know, it's just the Boy Theater. I have
Is
the
that going to be
application in my
RCA
office.
maybe?
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm going to get you the information.
Thank you.
I'll get you guys the information.
That's it. Thank you.
And Relay for Life sponsored, also a motion for Relay for Life sponsored by the American Cancer Society on May 17, 2019, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. at Lakeside Middle School.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Public comment portion. We have now reached the public comment portion of our meeting. Anyone who would like to address this commission, please go to the podium, state your name and address your concerns, and please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes.
Mary Messick here of Millville. The only thing I want to bring to the commission is simply this. We had a trash collection problem that was brought to the city's attention, and I appreciate the fact that it was handled very quickly and in a very polite manner, and I thank you for that.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mayor.
No, you go. More important.
I'm Joe Sutherland, 51 Dorset Avenue. I'm here as the coordinator of the Millville Municipal Alliance Committee, and I was very happy to see all of you out to the basketball game. Way to stand up for us. And yeah, our ball teams are starting up that we sponsor, and the other teams in the city. And we're also looking forward to PAL football, which will be starting up in a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, we thank you for all you do for our children and for supporting us in those efforts. And keep it
Thank
up.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Got to grow that beard a little longer, Joe.
Greg Kears, 409 Peach Drive, Secretary of the Millville Historic Society. Great news. We have raised the funds we needed for Lunabelle. And on May 18th,
Yeah.
yes. And on May 18th, from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock at the Historic Society Mansion House on Columbia Avenue, we'll be having a
What's the date again? One more time.
Lunabelle.
No,
May-
the date.
May 18th. From 1 to 4. You might run into it the back end of our annual meeting because we also re-elect our trustees. But we raised the money, and it's open to anyone in the public. If you haven't been there, it's a really cool. I know I've seen Commissioner Udalvis there. It's a really cool place. So, encourage everyone to come check it out. It's going to be a neat display too. So, that's all.
Any food that day, Greg?
Actually, yeah, there is going to be food. I know there's going to be like light refreshments, cookies, baked goods, all that kind of stuff. I heard talk of tea sandwiches, but I can't be sure. Because that usually means me, and I honestly don't have the patience to cut all those crusts off.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
Anyone else?
Well, Cindy Cook, Millville, Code Blue. I live on Val Lane. I wasn't going to say anything, but I did want to give a thank you to Commissioner Cooper. We had a very productive meeting in reference to the homeless population for not just Millville, but for the county. And these meetings are really great for networking, and we're finding out a lot of vital information that can help us move individuals from homeless into being productive citizens again. I do want to make a comment here. We do have coming to Millville now again. They started up again the If Not for Grace Ministries that do the mobile showers. They were here not this weekend, but last Sunday. I want the citizens of Millville to know that these showers are not just for the homeless people. If you know somebody that doesn't have hot water or running water or anything like that, go to Millville Code Blue Facebook page and you'll see when we have these showers come. I usually get a few days' notice. And, you know, anybody can come over
that needs to take a shower. You don't have to be a homeless individual to do it. Usually they give you some hot chocolate, sometimes something to eat, fresh clothes if need be. And I have to say, I am so proud of our community. I was told we are about the only community where when this ministry comes around, that actually gives them donations, both in clothing, monetary, toiletries, and that type of stuff. They travel the tri-state area with this ministry, and they collect more from Millville citizens than they do anybody else in the entire tri-state area. And I think that's a pretty good thing for this type of tiny community. We're talking Philadelphia, we're talking Atlantic City, just all over the place. And they usually don't get a lot of people coming in to take showers, but boy, they know that we're a part of their ministry.
Nice.
Thank you,
Great
everyone.
news. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy, for all you do.
Good evening, everyone. Natalie Tyson, Dream Builders Empowerment Network. My thought for today, I said we'd be doing the universal laws, and I think I'm educated myself and realize how much we don't concentrate on how the world really does work, and to implement these laws into our lives. The second law today is the law of vibration. It says everything in the universe, it moves and vibrates and travels in circular patterns. It says the same principle of vibration in the physical world applies to our thoughts, our feelings, our desires, our wills, as in the physical world as it is in the spiritual world, okay? The spirit world. So it's important for us to know every single thought, every invention actually started with a thought, okay? And it moved from that realm that you do not see into a natural realm. Computers was somebody's thought. Facebook was somebody's thought. So it's important for us to realize how powerful our thoughts are, and that, even the very thoughts give off vibration. Just like you can know how a person is feeling just being in their presence sometimes. It tells you, their feelings and their thought, it vibrates through to us. Just like if somebody's in a really good mood, they draw and attract people to them because they're vibrating really well. So I want to encourage us, check our vibration. Good thoughts, positive thoughts, good feeling, positive feeling vibrates at a high level, at a high frequency. Negative does vibrate as well. It's on a lower level, but we want to focus more on the high, be conscious to shift our energies, shift our thoughts so that we are always feeling good, thinking good, looking good, acting good. All right? God bless you all. Again, I encourage you as commissioners to continue to lead and take the city of Millville to a place it's never been before. Okay? I challenge and encourage you because I continue to say we have all the components to make this city a world-class place. And I'm looking forward to things happening in the cities that's going to attract more industry and more progress to the city. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Anyone else? I close the public comment portion of this meeting. Comments of commissioners. Commissioner Cooper.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I wanted to comment again. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out to the PAL basketball game. I was really surprised to see as many people out there supporting Millville and Bridgeton. It was good to see the chiefs out there, the police chiefs out there, and everyone here was there. And the mayor, was the mayor of Bridgeton there?
Yes,
yes.
Mayor Kelly showed up.
Yeah,
That's
Mayor,
correct.
Mayor Kelly was there as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it was really a good time. It's really special when you can take and work together with younger minds. And I'm going to tell you, as a coach, It's not easy. It's really not easy. As you think it is. It's more than just throwing a ball out there and saying, go play basketball. So it's a lot of work, and I want to say thank you to all those coaches out there and to Commissioner Pepitone and our pal and all the surrounding pals and what they do. And Joe, you as well. I saw you there. Did you ride your bike there that night? Not that night. Okay. I know it is. So, I really want to say a special thank you to all those volunteers out there that really, I mean, do a lot to help out our kids out there. Also, I wanted to talk about the homeless meeting that we had. You stole my thunder, Cindy. But it was really good. This is our third meeting. Yes, our third meeting, and the mayor has been there, and Jennifer Webb McCrae's been there. Cindy's there. M25 representatives from there. Joe Derella's been there. So basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to develop a substantial network through the county, not just Millville, but through the county. So anyone who comes in or under that category of homelessness can have a place to go. So we can start them out in an intake process as well as put them in a network where we can help them to the utmost. Now I can't say this is going to be something that we totally eradicate. I mean, we've talked about that. But I think we've really done a substantial amount of processing when it comes to dealing with the homeless and especially in this town. Other towns are doing as well, but we all know how great our M25 is doing. And that's what we want to do. We want to put together a process where it's easy for everyone to know what to do when we come across someone that's in this particular predicament. And from what we've known throughout this meeting, Cindy, it was a real education this week. Even if you are not homeless, to know what to do about shelter and to know what to do about your benefits and identification, and if you've had tickets, and it's so much to it. It's not just, hey, give them shelter and food and they're fine. It's a lot more that goes into it. So, and we've delved all into that, and I think we're really getting close to coming up with some real solutions. So I want to say thank you, and Denise and Regina was there, and really had some good information, especially about the bus. That we found out about a bus as well that could take some homeless. No one in the room knew that information. So it's really been something special, and I look forward to the next meeting. I just had one other question. The mobile showers, are they back again this Sunday, Cindy?
No, they come about once every 5 weeks or so because they travel all around. She will give me notice ahead of time when they're coming.
Oh, we missed it.
That is Minister Terry and Sue Loon.
Did they go to Trinity?
No, they live down near Ocean City, I believe.
No, I mean, where do they stop at? Do they go to Trinity Church, or where do they stop
Yes, over at Ben Corson Hall, yes.
Okay.
Right in front, they're usually there. They usually arrive like 1 or 2 in the afternoon on days when they're there, and they stay till 4 or 5. And, I mean, they're there not just for the showers, but they do bring fresh clothes, and they do ministry with anybody that needs it. I've seen Sue scrub feet for people that can't do their own feet. She's taking care of wounds.
I think that's what Commissioner Pepitone wants to do. He wants to scrub some feet.
There we go.
But thank you. And with that, Mr. Mayor, moving forward.
Thank you, Commissioner Cooper. Commissioner Pepitone.
I am excited, and I'm so disappointed that I missed the meeting concerning the homeless. And when the next one comes up, I definitely want to make it to learn about all the information that's out there. The extensive networking that we build now through the county is going to help us with duplication of services, not to do that, and potentially spend money in a more wiser way. The more people that are contributing and putting their ideas in, the greater solutions we're gonna come up with. We're in a different city. I mean, when we look back a year or so ago, we have RVC doing cleanups, PAL larger than ever, continuing to grow. And I think one of the keys is as we continue to multiply the events that we have for people. I mean, each of us go to different events from time to time, and because we're commissioners, we know that they exist. I'd love to have a way to get the information out there because we do so much in the city that goes unnoticed. And I think if people just had the opportunity to know everything that's going on, they would even be better attended. But I truly feel we're in a different city, and I'm glad for all the people, the three of you guys right there, actually all four of you, coming in with the positive things that you bring to the city to help. I'm referring to Natalie, Joe, Mary, and Cindy, as well as Brian, is right? Greg, I'm sorry. You guys come on a regular basis and add a positive vibration, to use your term, to the city. So I'm grateful for your input. I want to encourage everybody to get involved and multiply the things that we're doing. And I think we're going to just continue going in the right direction. And with that, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As presented through the recent revisions to Chapter 11 and the recent partnership with Holly City Development Corporation to apply for Neighborhood Preservation Program grants, the Department of Public Affairs is responding to residents' requests for improvement in property maintenance code enforcement. Since early 2018, the department has gathered feedback from residents' concerns and sought to adopt solutions that will promote development in areas of blight and improve the overall quality of life for neighborhoods in need of revitalization. While the milestones noted this evening present only a formative approach to addressing this community's concerns, the reinstatement of the City of Millville's Construction Department and its partnership with the Planning Department have provided a solid foundation for future initiatives in code enforcement and neighborhood revitalization. I extend my gratitude to the department and its employees for their continued response to new initiatives that seek to improve housing and community development. And also, in respecting Commissioner Pepitone's feedback regarding the community programs, if there are any citizens or residents who would like to submit an application or a nomination form for the city's Making a Difference in Millville Award, we've had the opportunity to see Joe Sutherland here, even Cindy Cook from M25 Code Blue Initiative. So it's been wonderful to honor some of those citizens and their organizations. Those forms can be located on the city website, www.millvillenj.gov, beneath Forms and Public Relations. And with the conclusion of that report, Mr. Mayor, progress.
Thank you, Commissioner. My thoughts, as was said, I appreciate all of you commissioners today. We had a small debate, but everybody was professional, and I think it was very positive. My thoughts are that we are here to make the best decisions for the citizens of this community, and I think we're on our right track. And with that, I move for a motion to adjourn. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
This meeting's adjourned. Thank you for coming out, folks. Be safe going home.